Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Varsity 2023 American football match between the Keele Crusaders and the Staffordshire Stallions. We have just seen the kickoff of the second half, in which the Keele Crusaders have kicked the ball to the Staffordshire Stallions and have pinned them down quite far into their own field. A lot better than what happened in the first half. So far, Staffordshire Stallions have their offensive drive starting, and we'll have to see what goes from there.
And the Stallions looking to build momentum on that good first half that sees them lead 14-0.
I mean, a 14-0, but they did get shut out twice in the last minutes of the first half. So, really have to see if they can come back and. Pass. I was talking with one of the players on the sideline. The injury that Connor Bayless has is a broken thumb, and I have to say that is one hell of a trooper to play through a broken thumb, play American football with a broken thumb. Right now, second down for the Stallions, and it is a run that breaks it to the outside, and I can tell the safety, number 40 for the Keele Crusaders, stuffs the run and prevents anything from happening. There seems to be some yellow laundry on the field, yellow laundry being a flag. Don't know what it is, but it seems to be in the backfield. Could be something to do with the lines. And, it is...
Holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense.
So
another time. This has happened twice. That was a beautiful run by Daniel Gray. And then similar to the beautiful pass by George Daw, where I can tell saved it, but there was no need to save it. There was a flag that calls it back.
And that's such a shame for Staffs, because that's what they were missing on the ground game when Daniel Gray was out after he took that hit in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. He clearly is a catalyst for that outside runs, or even the short pass with the flare options and stuff like that, while Keele have managed to clamp down on the rest of their stuff. And it seems that they're going with a QB keeper, and Ollie Panther, number 89, stems the bleeding and prevents, I believe, a first down. It doesn't look like a first down. It looks like they've gone to third and very short. That is, again, if they have another foul, it really poses the question of how good is this Keele defense compared to that Staff's offense. So far, Staff's offense on the lead with a trips. So trips left, trips right, and clearly wanting to pass the ball. Could be to 11 once more, but overthrown, and potentially it was to 82 George Daub, but overthrown due to wanting to get that fast ball out. So now this is 4th and short. They gambled on a pass play on 3rd and short. 4th and short really means that they're probably going to go back to the well with that George Dobbs quarterback sneak. They've done it every time, and it's worked for them. However, there seems to be a switch-up in the Keele defense. Number 66, George Banya, one of the offensive linemen, is in at Mike linebacker. Whatever that could mean for the way they're setting up, I don't know. But he's seeing him in practice. He wants to go in and hit something, and he just went in and hit something. Did they get stuffed?
I think they did, yeah. I think it was a Matthias Henry
wow.
rush.
The ref pointed like this. It seems to be stuff. So clearly that swap on defense collapsed the middle. And Matthias tried to keep the ball. Oh, Matthias is
shaking up.
No, he's injured. He's not getting. He can't walk. Oh, that would be catastrophic for this Staff's offense to lose their quarterback, who has done a lot. Yep. That seems like an injury. So we're gonna hope he's all right. And no one ever wants to see an injured player.
And we saw that play with Matthias running work on 1st and 20 just 2 plays before.
But here he's trying to soldier it out and get off the field. So at least that's good. Damn. He's got some good teammates to carry him out. And really hope he's doing all right. Matthew Meehan in the first half got injured and had to be taken to the hospital due to the injury. And let's hope that this injury isn't as bad. No matter what side, as much as people will say, you gotta hope the other side gets hurt. No, it's sportsmanship. You know, everyone plays the same game. You get hurt, they get hurt. That both sucks. We don't want to win by injury. We want to win by being better. So let's see what the Keele Crusaders offense has in store. Let's see. So they're still running the jumbo package. They got 69 and 13 in the backfields. Same line formation, same receivers. And we have to see. Seems like they're dropping to a cover 3. A fumble, but Julian, oh my, number 13. It seems that a fumble, it hit his arms and bounced down, but he had pretty much the football smart to jump on that ball. That was nearly catastrophic.
And that's what Keele cannot afford to do, turn the ball over in this situation. You're starting with good field position. This is your chance to capitalize, maybe get some points. Absolutely.
Get some points, get that 14-0 close to hopefully 14-7 or 14-8. It really needs that drive. They need to get the snaps need to be good. The handling of the ball needs to be good, and they need to have that protection in the middle. Stay consistent. That was a good snap, a better handle of the ball, and now Julian has a break. Again, as soon as he gets that gap, number 13, Julian Charnier, is out there to really throw his body around. Unfortunately, it only gets them past their first down, their 10-yard marker, so it's 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 9. Still, really putting in the work and showing that power run game is still something that could be dangerous in the long run.
And he's looking like their main threat in offense at the minute, Julian. And I think they're not going to go away from that just yet.
I mean, they don't need to. It's worked so far. They just need to make sure that if they do go to other options, they get those they avoid turnovers. So we have the refs have called because they believe there's a 12-man on defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They must have miscounted. It didn't look like it, but the ref needed to confirm. So that would be a ref timeout to check that there was not 12 men on defense. And there wasn't. That looked all fair to me. A good handle. Julian coming out. Jack with a good block. Julian, he got caught up the middle there. Caught low and then just swallowed whole by the defense. On the outside, they have Hamdan, number 23, and number 30, which is Which is Sam and Hamdan. We have 2 receivers who are Barnett Lobley, I believe, are playing receiver. They're rookies from this year, and you could always get them involved. See how it evolves. Eventually, if the game does come to a decisive loss where there is no coming back, obviously you get the fancy plays get thrown in. It's always aptly named garbage time. But right now we're still in the thick of it, and
it looks like Keele are going to punt, I think.
Maybe not. It is 4th down, and they're going for a play. That's a deep ball to Sam. Oh, it's a pick.
It's intercepted.
But should be, he's tackled, so it ended up being no gain for the defense because they just got back to the line of scrimmage, it seems. So even if it was a pick, it was 4th down, so there would have been a turnover anyway, so might as well go for broke.
Not the worst thing that could happen.
Absolutely not. Of course, you want the win, you want the points, but if there is going to be a pick, you might as well have it 4th down and it goes nowhere. I don't know who picked the ball off. I couldn't quite tell. If they run the same defense, we might be able to tell you who picked the ball off.
I think it was number 21.
Number 21. And that would be Andrew Swallow. Andrew Swallow with a pick. Very impressive pick too. Just stepped in front of, a step behind Sam Barnett Lobley, and really, it was slightly overthrown it seems, and he caught that ball. So now we got Staff's offense back in, that typical trips, and I believe that Matthias is out because George Dodd is in, and that is a big hit on Daniel Gray. He got caught low and high by, it seems, number 13, Julien Charnier was the big hit to finish that run. But George Dobbs being in at quarterback means that he's not the deep threat that he can be. So Matthias is still out on the sideline. Ankles are always going to be painful.
And it'd be interesting to see how the Staffs approach this drive without him now. Do they try and attack the ground game, or
how different? Also, George Dobb, I've played against him when he was quarterback, is a very different player. That's snapped in. They're going for a pass. It's a screen pass, but it's a fumbled, and he mishandles it. Number 9, unfortunately, Joseph McCarthy. Not Joseph McCarthy. Have the ball hit your hands and you look downfield, you misjudge it, and that's probably what happened. He didn't seem very happy with himself. It was a good throw by George Dobbs to get to his hands. He had a blocker. Of course, he was being closed on, but he could have gotten a yard or 2. I think that playing against George Dobbs, I've seen him run. He can really run those short distances powerfully. Yeah. He doesn't have the same speed as pressure coming in, and is a fantastic catch. Very, very dangerous, and the 3 linemen of the Keele Crusaders are really putting in the work, and they're getting past the Staff's offensive line. It seems like they don't have it, but it's a 4th down. They've clamped down again. This is a defensive slug match, and this is going to be a Stafford to Stallion punt. Their punter's back in, and they are counting. Yep, that is definitely a punt formation. It seems they're not going to go for 4th and 5. A bit risky of a play, especially with how their luck has gone. And he might fake it. No, he's choosing not to fake it. Let it bounce. A touchback. That was a kick that was slightly too rolling.
Yeah.
It bounced, and if you could have heard, the Keele players were shouting, let it go, let it bounce, pretty much saying that regardless of where that defense pins the ball, as soon as it enters the end zone, it will be a touchback, because you can leave it and it will be a touchback anyways. And it gives that Crusaders team the chance to have the ball on the 20 with no effort.
Exactly.
A lot of teams actually like to kick it out the end of the end zone to get the 20 and not have a chance of a run. And I think that could also be a strategy that the Staffs had, that they don't want someone like number 13 or number 2 running it back and potentially cutting deep into their defense. And once again, we see that jumbo package with number 90, Christos Kyriakou, in the backfield with Julien Charnier. And we're going under center for Oliver Levitt-Allen. This under center avoids the big issue of snaps being too high, and that is a good run so far by number 13. Really good play by number 31 to catch his leg, but there seems to be a flag on the play. I can barely see it, but there definitely is a flag on the play.
And there's some talking between the teams now. Number 31 for Staffs.
That's always going to happen.
Mulroy.
That's always going to happen. They're always going to chat after the play, especially if they got the good play. But if the play does stand and the foul is against Keele, it's a back-breaking foul. But if the foul is against the Stallions, that is a boon for the Crusaders. That is unfortunate. It didn't look that way, but illegal procedure, fireman in the backfield, means there were too many people who lined up off of the line of scrimmage. The line of scrimmage is where the ball is placed, and it's a foul that happens when you have rookies. And the Keele Crusaders is a team that is sort of at this point has been very injured and is made up of a lot of different pieces. So people not being in the right position, it happens. It's very important to just go back in and play the same ball, because it's only a 5-yard foul. So they're 1st and 15 instead of being 2nd and 5, for instance. So that's not terrible. But yeah, as you can see now, there are more people on the line. That's good. And it is a handoff to Julian, who breaks a tackle. It took 5 Staffs players to stop him.
He did very well considering what he had.
Unfortunately, the line didn't hold up as well, and he runs really powerfully. Even though going into 2 full tacklers, he still went in and went forward. He didn't get pushed back. It really is a show of his mental. However, this does make it, I believe, 2nd and 20 plus. Could be 2nd and 22, maybe 2nd and 21, or 2nd and 20.
And Staffs really had a chance to, if they tackled them earlier, to really put pressure on by putting them so close to their own end zone.
And if you get tackled in the end zone with the ball, it is a safety, which is a 2 points to your opposition, which if you get 2 points, it would make it 16-0, making it forcibly a 2x8 game, which is a lot harder than a 14-0 game. Oh, there seems to be an equipment check asked for by the refs. They can always do that if they think a player has a helmet undone. Again, that jumbo package, but it seems to be a fake jumbo. Oh, wow. Connor Bayless barely saved that. However, there seems to be a timeout called by the Staffordshire Stallions. And that was very lucky by Connor Bayless, because that would have been a crazy play if it had broken. That Oliver Allen is really, really passionate about that his ability and his speed. He is a very fast player, and he's a very good player. And if he breaks it, it's hard to stop him. I know personally I've seen that happen to defenses where he will dart around and make a play happen out of nothing. Obviously, I'm not going to step into any trap of comparing him to a professional player like a lot of people do. When they go, oh, look at this amateur player, let's compare him to, I don't know, Pat Mahomes or, something stupid like that. You would never compare them. But at this level, he's a very competent player, and he knows how to make that work. So just now a timeout by the Staffordshire Stallions, and gives a little bit of reprieve for the Keele offense, a little bit of time to chat.
And defenses have definitely been on top in this one so far.
Every single time the Keele Crusaders and the Staffordshire Stallions have played, even going back to 2019, before the pre-COVID game of Varsity, the teams ended up going 13 and not pre-COVID Varsity, because Varsity didn't happen in 2019, but their game in the season back then, again, it was the defense leading. It ended up being 13-7. So 13-7 is a defensive game.
Yeah.
It's a slugfest. It's whose defense breaks first, and Keele's defense has broken twice, but so far the Keele defense has held. However, the Staff's defense has been gashed by these deep runs and even if the ball hasn't been caught, that deep pass to Paul Irene to get that ball out there and to have it nearly get caught right on the end line it has to be questioned by the defense. They have to adapt to it. Clearly, so far so good.
Yeah. Even with the running,
Yep.
number 13 has proven to be a handful for the Staff's defense, but when it's more just right up the middle runs, they're taking him down.
They have the mass in the middle, and that's the thing. You have to really look at their line and go, how big is their line? Their line is big. 93 in the middle is going to be a gap stopper. He's going to be able to fill a gap and not be moved. Good snap. A pass. A quick pass. Oh, Hamdan, number 23, did not look back in time, making it a 4th down.
And that was a different look there.
That was a very fast pass to the outside, and if Keele does have a lot of tools, I know from being a player there, they have a lot of plays that can make this game advance. But Staffs has called their Wait, Staffs have called off their line, but it's not sure it's a punt. Okay, no, it is a punt. It didn't look initially like it would be a punt, but it definitely is a punt based on that formation. So they call it the D-line as if nothing, and that's a good kick. Now it's time. Oh, God, that was a big hit in the middle, and it touched him. Now, but number 56, George Banya, always wants to play out a good hit. Absolutely clocked her. Absolutely laid out number 44 because he felt like it. And at that point, yeah, the beauty sometimes of blocking. You can hit someone who's in your way and then just move over them. Now, Staff's offense run into a few issues this half already. They got stuffed, and they weren't able to get that touchdown. So either they've loosened up, hopefully they haven't, because they still need to score points to secure that win, or the Keele defense is buckled down. And both are bad if it continues.
This is another circumstance where
they're
Staffs
swapping
have
up the
it in
trips.
their territory.
This is a trips left show with a run from George Dobbs, who gets not stopped, but Jamie Millman is there, and that ends up being just a gang tackle where Thomas Wheatley ended up being the tripping factor as people slowed down George Dobbs, who kept it on a QB keeper. It seems to be a 5 or 6 yard gain on that play. Clearly a very different runner than Matthias, who is unfortunately still down on the sideline. Seems to be a worse injury than it looked initially. But this Keele defense, clearly. Apologies. Number 90 is Cameron Whitmash on the Crusaders. I said number 90 was Christos Kyriakou. No, he's number 67 in there at left end. A very potent player for the team, and they keep bouncing these runs outside, and it's where they need to keep going. Wait. On the play. That doesn't look like a flag, though. That looked like a block from the side. That's my issue.
Daniel Gray is the one to take down Julian.
But there seems to be a flag called on number 15 when he got blocked, but it doesn't look like it would have been a flag. It looked like Hamdan had blocked him from the side, and then the other person fell over. This is, if they call this as a block in the back, it will put the Keele Crusaders pretty much on their goal line, or half distance to the goal. 10-9. Oh, holding. Okay, that's more fair. Because it looked like it could. Okay, holding definitely fair. Again, Hamdan, number 23 for the Crusaders, is a new player, and he hasn't had the experience and the training. He's only been playing for a few weeks. He hasn't actually played a game, I don't think. So this is his first game. So you always have those new players have a lot of hiccups in a first game.
Yeah.
So
and
now
Keele, that's such like a damage to momentum.
Because that was a really good run.
You just got a fumble. Just did a really good run from number 13.
Oh, ref timeout. It's second down. No, it's first down. Yeah, because the foul replays replays the down. So that's a really good field position. They're still doing all right. A good snap. Seems to be a pass. A pass to Hamdan, who, oh wow, that it was incomplete. That referee on the sideline, number 31, Christopher, number 31.
Malroy.
Christopher Malroy really wanted that pick. I think the ball bounced, and obviously in front of the umpire, you're not going to get any issues with that. The ball bounced, and he was very close to picking it off. Both number 23 and 31, 31 for Staffs, 23 for Keele Crusaders, both went up to go for that ball, and really good ball, just a very contested catch that ended up being incomplete. So overall, that's a very good thing for Staffs, and that is another timeout for Staffs.
Yeah.
That's a Staffs timeout.
Keele's starting to have more options in the passing game now as well, even though they haven't been caught. But
it's still coming.
Yeah.
And eventually you will have the. Okay. Eventually, we will have that pass. Once it lands, and it's got to be more scary for the Keele the Keele Crusaders. No, for the Staffordshire Stallions. It's better for the Keele Crusaders. Staffordshire Stallions really have to start looking at those coverages, and so far they've had it. But a long pass is always a dangerous one, like the one with George Dodd when he caught it really deep, and it was called back by a foul. If it wasn't called back by that foul, we could have seen maybe 20-0 or more right now than the 14-0 that they have so far with giving the ball back to Keele.
And we see with the Staff's defensive back trying to grab the ball on that last play.
They're being ball hawks instead.
If he misses that and it ends up in a Keele thing, Keele hands, then they've got a touchdown pretty much.
It's exactly what happened.
To run to.
It's what happened to for the first touchdown when they got close, is because both number 13 and the receiver of that pass from Staffs both went up to get the ball, and if you misjudge the ball and it lands in the other person's hands and not on the ground, you run out of options really, and it can be an issue. Oh, that. The ref crew, that call seemed completely ridiculous. Either both teams were at foul at least, and it should have been offsetting, but they've decided to not allow that play. Very strange. A good play, good snap. A ball deep to Hamdan. Oh my, that was 31. Don't celebrate. You did nothing.
Like there could have been hands in the back, but not enough for a flag.
No, there's nothing. But 31 celebrated as if he did a lot. He didn't even get close to the ball. 31 for so again, they went to the same place. Christopher Malroy, really being targeted with Hamdan, number 23. But no need to celebrate over an incomplete when you don't get your hands on it, is what I have to say. People might dislike my opinion, but I'll have that opinion about every celebration. Celebrate a first down unless you really earned it. No need to celebrate. Celebrate incomplete unless you really earned it. No need to celebrate. Another thing I can take: sacks, touchdowns. Give me those celebrations. Sacks, touchdowns, interceptions. I'll take those celebrations. They've swapped up the backfield for the Keele Crusaders, and that is a screen pass to Mark. And oh my, his speed. No, that looks like there's
a flag on the play.
It looks like. Okay, I'm confused by what the hell happened, because
the ball came out.
Yeah, but the ref blew a whistle. There's a ref. The ref whistled when he dropped the ball. So now I'm confused.
That was a monster block from number 99, I think, from
Big
Keele.
hit. Yeah, there's some very number 88 potentially. Why the whistle was blown twice.
Staff's changing their personnel as well.
Yeah, because they apparently recovered it, but I'm not sure anymore. don't know what happened. What is going on? This is not very clear. I can't really tell from the hand signals, but white. Oh, block in the back. Okay, so one of the Keele players apparently blocked one of the Staffs players in the back, which didn't look that obvious, but they declined it because they got the ball back. So instead of taking a foul, they want the ball. Logically. Yep, George Dodd running the ball, or a short pass, which then gets caught up by, again, Ollie Panther and Riaz, number 25 of the Keele Crusaders, is Riaz Chowdhury. Another rookie player for the team. The Keele Crusaders is a very young team, so the first real season they've had as a full team with these rookies, and for a lot of players, this is their first ever game.
Yeah.
So you're always going to have some lapses, but I think this is the end of the third quarter. End of the third. It's now the fourth. So, as I can hear some of the defensive coaches from Keele, they want the ball back. And yes, after a hit like that, unfortunately, Mark, a rookie, not very used to that tackling, got hit and the ball popped out, unfortunately, which can happen and is always going to be back-breaking. Now they have to defend second and it looks like a 2nd and 8 or a 2nd and 9 situation to the end zone, but it is a 2nd and 6, I believe, for the offense to go. Again, let's see if this Keele Crusader can do what they've been doing all game and clamp. Oh no, that is a mistake right out the gate by number 99, Titus Raman Kauskas, who mishandles the ball and ends up having it on the ground. Not a very good start.
No. Keele have done an incredible job on defense there.
There's a lot of pressure coming.
Every time they've been in a pressurized situation, like in their own 20, they've stuffed staff, so they have most of the time. Just not letting them get the points on the board.
It's really showing that tenacity that they have. Even though they're a young team with young players, they're tenacious, and that is a fumble. Oh my gosh, a fumble, another fumble. And where's the ref? And it seems like it's a Keele ball. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So the sidelines of Keele were saying get the ball back, and
they got it. It seems that it was Christos Kyriakou. Oh no, I think it was Jack Green who came in. Of course, that pressure coming from that D line is going to cause problems, and it was a fumbled handoff, like what we saw with Julian earlier, Julian Charnier, number 13, when he was in their zone, but he had picked it up. Here, the ball went too far forward and directly into the hands of one of the D linemen. That has to be disappointing for the Staffs team.
Especially
so close.
In such good field position.
10 yards would have got them to the end zone.
And it's again that they've been so close to the end zone, but just have not been able to get it in.
And after the recovery, that fourth quarter, they dropped the ball on the pass to Titus, number 99, and then they fumble it to the same person. He has to be kicking himself because that's just disappointing. At least he's on the field now. Hopefully he can make up for it. But that is a pat. Oh, there seems to have been a flag thrown that kills the play, and 31 again celebrating. Stop celebrating. No one needs to celebrate as much as that unless you win the game. Oh, win the game, celebrate all you want. But
and so it's holding on the offense again, I think.
Those illegal formation, holding. Those tend to be fouls that you see in younger teams, where a rookie team will oftentimes have issues. And that line has lost 2 players. So I usually play center for them, but I've not been able to play due to an injury. And the tackle, number 55, who's on the field as a 55, but he is Jake, one of the new players. Normally, we have a different tackle in, so there's clearly, it's a younger line with different personnel moved around, and really needs to learn pretty much a baptism of fire. Good pass. Hamdan catches the ball. Oh, it's a pitch! That is a beautiful. What?
I think they might have ruled him down, knee down on the ground.
That is no. The ball was out of his hands before they ruled it down. That is ref ball. Ref ball is what we call when the refs interfere.
When they take
because
over,
that was ridiculous. There is no way that should have happened. That was a fantastic play that the refs ruined, because the Staffs players were on it, sure, but there was no way that person he was down. Hamdan caught that ball so well and then pitched it.
That's a real frustrating moment for Keele.
If this causes them to lose, that reffing crew is the biggest cause of that. They've caused ref ball for certain fouls that didn't get called earlier, fouls that are questionable in the second. Sure, there have been good calls. We can't say that everything has been bad, because they have called some in the favor, but that was terrible. Now what does Keele do? They go back to the river, back to the well, apologies, and clearly with pressure coming, they just toss it over Julian number 13 to avoid any issues. So it's third down when it could have been so much more. And you heard the players, and also my reaction, unfortunately, a bit loud, that saying what when the ref had called that play dead. It's absolutely a momentum killer, and it seems like cheated when that type of play doesn't go there, go well, or when it works well and then get called.
It was such a heads-up play from the receiver as well to pitch it.
To be honest with you, that's a play that's designed that way. Yeah. So you're designed to pitch it. That's why Julian is running them that way. So the whole point is that it seems that there's a timeout. The whole point of that play is that you get a receiver and then he pitches it back to another running receiver. So all the people go to one receiver and then the other receiver, as was happening, but they decided to call it dead. Julian now has 2 people at speed in open, and tackling in open is the hardest because you have no leverage.
Yeah.
When you tackle up the middle, it's easy. You fill the gap, you hit someone harder, and then they go backwards. Or even if they go forward, they fall over. In open, you can't really beeline to go tackle someone. You have to let them come to you, and then that gives them more yards, and that gives them. If that play had worked, that was like a 30-yard, 40-yard gain potentially at the way he was looking. And Staffs is really, really lucky to have the ref call it dead there, when if the ref didn't call it dead, a disaster could have struck and could have even gone for the touchdown. But we will never know when the ref calls it dead. It didn't look dead. It's unfortunate, but it is how it is. Refs do call, and as soon as they blow the whistle, the ball stops. There's no.
Yeah.
Even if they make a mistake and they call their mistake, like a fumble becoming possession to the other team, and instead it stays, that whistle kills it.
And Staffs will be relieved by that decision.
Absolutely. That is another pass, a deep pass to Thomas Young, it seems, but there has to be a flag there.
He got like contact.
He was pushing him a lot, and again, 31, his hands on the receiver, and celebrating afterwards. Even though that definitely looked like contact. They weren't, and Thomas Young was trying to get into position, and number 31 was just pushing him aside. That's a sort of regrettable turn of events, and it seems like they're going to either go for a punt, or they've swapped personnel to attempt another play, which at this point in time, I don't know if they would, but defense has rotated out. It seems that the Keele Crusaders are going into punt. Yep, they are in punt formation, which means that where Oliver Levitt-Allen will kick back to, was it 31, I think it is?
Yeah.
Very good kick.
Malroy.
Very good kick. Went out of bounds, but it does move the ball back for the Staffordshire Stallions. That is a drive that as much as there could have been mistakes, the biggest thing that kills it is those ref being there when there isn't anything, and not there when there is something.
Yeah,
That's what the players are going to tell themselves, and it seems to me, from my point of view, that yes, that is what happened. But again, reffing is hard. Can't say nothing about that. So Staff's back on offense.
Maybe Keele need to focus on those plays more, something that will catch the Staff's defense out.
Yeah. So they're going. Oh, Staffs is going again for that trips right, left running back. Could be a run. It seems to be an option flare, but it hit the ground, and Paul, number 4, veteran. Oh, it didn't hit the ground. He caught it and fell over. And because he caught it and fell over, it actually makes him lose yardage. If he had dropped it, it would have actually been net 0. So Paul coming in and tapping him actually made him lose yards. That has to be demoralizing for Daniel Gray, who has had a great first half. And yes, they're winning, but as a player, you still have your highlights and your down lights. Let's say your issues, your errors, your bad looks. More classic spread formation, and it seems to be a handoff to, oh no, it's a keeper. And unfortunately, as the same thing happened for, oh, is something up with George Dawes? He doesn't look, he seems to be getting up slowly. No, he seems fine. I thought he was holding the inside of his thigh. The same thing that you had commented, Matthew, for the staff's defense stuffing up the middle. George Dobbs decides to keep the ball and run up the middle when Daniel Gray clearly had more space, and then ends up getting tackled by 2 of the linemen. It seems like it could have been a bad choice. Now we're back in spread. This is spread pistol left. It's a pass play, but pressure is coming, and there's a flag, and I don't know what it could have been for, but it could be pass interference.
I think it might be,
pass interference caused by number 31. Oh no, Mark, the rookie who fumbled it. Unfortunately, as good as he might be as a player, he's thrown into the deep end. Baptism of fire, as Matthew Meehan went down earlier in the game. Oh.
We're going to see the run here. It doesn't seem to be pass interference.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, it is pass interference. It most definitely is pass interference, and that sets up an automatic first down. So they had done so well to keep him out, and this is what happens. One mistake that is a... I just saw a sign that said, "We are the varsity winners," for staffs, and I feel like that's a bit early. Let's call it. We're only in the first day of the competitions too. A flare, but Daniel Gray again seems to be running the flare properly, but his offense, his quarterback doesn't seem to be able to get him the ball. He's out in the open. He must have a lot of words with them after the game.
Yeah.
Both Matthias and George Dobb have overthrown him or underthrown him, and even put him in positions where he's on the ground and he gets tackled. It seems like, unfortunately, he's not getting the best passes, and it really can affect a player's mental that he's not being thrown the right ball. He can get angry and then potentially even cause fouls or miss other things, and it's like a vicious cycle. So somehow the Keele Crusaders are still holding the line against this Stallions offense, and that is a run, but he's running right into a wall, and he gains maybe a handful of yards. That seems like 3 or 4 yards, but he ran outside, and there were 3 Crusaders just closing the distance with him. He had nowhere to go there. He was out of bounds, and that looks like a 4-yard gain. So really, again, he got the ball in space, but it didn't work the way they clearly wanted it to.
there's just nothing on in front of Staffs right now.
Unless
Keele's defense has been
unless
so
they
resilient.
break one, unless so resilient, so tenacious to hold them, even though that big foul, they didn't let their heads go down. They just came back and hit him again. Now the hope for this Staffs team and for the Staffs fans is that they actually are able to get a play. But here comes a blitz and a deep ball. But Akintow, amazing, number 40, the safety. As the ball goes into the hands of the Staffs player, I can't tell as he's still sitting down. I can't see his number. Seems like number 23,
23.
who had done so much earlier in the game. Number 23 is
Alexander Gligu.
Yeah, who had done stuff earlier in the game. It's just that was a very, very good tackle by Akinumi.
Great pass breakup.
Absolutely. The ball was in his hands, and that number 40 for Keele Crusaders hit him in the stomach. Completely legal hit, no hit to the head, and just dislodged the ball. And number 23 for the Staffs, you could tell he was disappointed. He had a few seconds to stand up after sitting down. This defense has made another 4th down. The amount of defensive stands, no matter what, even if Keele loses and Staff wins, this Keele defense is a promising bunch. Even with some players leaving, the fact that these rookies are putting in that type of work. Akintow is a very good safety, while you have the linemen who put in the pressure. You got also versatile on offense as well. With the jumbo package. 4th down, what do they do? If they go for a kick, it could be giving up the game, but it does not seem like they're going for it. They're going for it on 4th and rather long. 4th and 5 or 4th and 6, it seems. Let's see what happens. Spread formation, pistol, right. It seems to be a pass. They're going back to it. Akintow needs to close. Wow, that was...
And it's James Colchester.
Yeah.
I think.
That was again,
Or Jack
for it.
Colchester.
Yeah.
He has been so instrumental in
Absolutely.
Staff's pass game.
Number 11 has been in and out, and especially with Matthias going down and not having those dogs in the options. He's really stepped from number 2 to number 1 receiver. Just scored. 20-0. 20-0 Staffs. They're going for 2 based on personnel, so it could become 22-0. They have only just tied last year's score, and it took them nearly double the time to get there. So both teams through this season have struggled, but Staffs have really, really struggled in their Div 1 position, meaning that I believe that next year they are getting demoted, unfortunately. While Staffs has never pitch, but number 4, Paul Irie. Oh my gosh! Again, as I mentioned, that veteran player, he burst into the backfield and caused that 2-point conversion to not happen. So it is still 20-0, something that is actually manageable because 3 scores and 3 extra points is 21. If the Keele defense can hold them off as well as they've been holding them off, where for a whole quarter and a half they have achieved no points. That is really impressive. Out the Staffordshire Stallions for over 20 minutes to have it break on a deep ball, but it worked. Down if it didn't work. heading into the crunch time. It was one to hold the ball, keep it out of the hands, into their staff's offense to widen the gap, and then Keele. They need turnovers. They need the ball. They need to Oh my! Now that's not a sight I thought I'd ever see. George Banya, number 66, the guard and center, is now their quarterback. And oh my, that is a throw. That is a completion. Incomplete, and that shove after the catch was again 31. Stop cheering, please. It seems that 31 loves to cheer to celebrate.
Christopher Malroy,
absolutely. Every single time he's been anywhere near sniffing the ball, he's celebrated.
But he's been targeted quite a lot, and to be fair, he hasn't given much away.
No, he has he's reason to be proud of himself, but all this celebrating, it's so silly. But I did not expect to see number 66, George Banya, as the quarterback.
It was a good throw though. It was good speed.
Oh, it got to him. Yeah. It was a breakup by 31, so he can feel that he actually. George Banya again going to the well. 80.
Oh.
A pitch to number 13. He breaks it. And he got caught from behind, but that is a. For a team that went scoreless 2 years in a row, even if they do lose, the pride of scoring against the Staff's defense would be immense for George Banya, who is going in and George Banya going deep to number 4, and there is holding. There's pass interference in the end zone. The worst thing that could happen right now, pass interference called. If it's a holding call, they're fine. Pass interference, it puts the ball on the 1. Yeah. Because a pass interference in the end zone, really important to remember, it changes the rule that is applied. If you were to stop someone from being able to score, which it seemed like he held pulled down, half distance, so it's not pass. It didn't seem like pass interference, but holding means half distance because they're not in the 10 yards with them in the first. So it's an automatic. He did it. Double coverage, the ball over his head. Yeah. It's trying to stop him from scoring. 20-6 for the score. 22-6. This is the first time. Daniel Gray has shouted off one of the players, and George Dodd is taking over for 31. Clearly, because it's even though 9-9 came round the corner. What happened? Another full start. This is getting ridiculous. Keele scored, and it seems that all their discipline is gone, unfortunately. But yeah, this is still the 2-point conversion. This is still 2 points. They're still at 20-6. This has not changed.
Yeah.
They're not going to go score a touchdown. They're scoring a conversion, which is strange that it's lasting this long. This is new to me. I don't think I've ever seen something like. In a lot of places where the ball is. So still 20-6. Still clearly a good milestone for the Keele Crusaders that they were able in 80 points. So 40-0 in the regular season last year, 20-0 in the varsity game. Clearly closed the gap. But this year, 20-0, 20-6 is the score, and 20-6 is a lot more impressive. And that defense has held through a lot of shit.
And what a
lot of hell.
George Banya as well.
Absolutely. George Banya has provided that little spark of intensity, and also going for a trick play with a new quarterback with the 88 instead of 88, who's the tight end usually for the Keele Crusaders, playing at slot, really is a step up from a difference. And now, didn't think I'd see this whole game. Keele is kicking off to the Staffordshire Stallions. This is new for them. So George Banya again trotting onto the field to fill in the lineup for that kickoff. Yeah, so Jack Green will probably hold it for him to avoid the ball falling over, which was what Staffs was doing anyways, probably knowing that their field isn't very great for it, or that it's windy. We're up with bushes next to us, so we don't see the same wind, but it seems to be, right to him, and unfortunately that kick seemed to be to try and get it out of his hands.
Yeah.
And 31, I think it was, 31 is Christopher Mulroy again. His name called again, getting the ball for the Stallions. Now, they have to hold the ball.
Yeah.
If they were to let go of the ball, another score is 12-20. If, in theory, I don't know how much time is left on this game, but with desperation, the clock is still rolling, and it gives the Stallions a chance to cement this lead by taking a knee. So taking a knee means they kill. If they have enough downs, it's 45 seconds per knee.
Yeah.
So
and that would just
that's how you end a game to avoid any injuries. You go into victory formation and then you take a knee, and that ends the game. And that will also end this live stream potentially, most likely, and we'll be able to talk about the ups and downs. Unfortunately, my bet of if Keele won, the 14 points is what did it. Still could be in effect, but Keele really needs to pick this ball and run it back. Oh, he's finally got his hands on the ball. Daniel Gray finally gets his flare pass that actually works. It seems that George Dobb and Matthias have had so many struggles to get him the ball, even though he's clearly their best weapon. But you know, you need to have the right pass, and maybe it's just they don't drill that pass much because they depend on their outside running or their deep balls. But with Matthias' injury, they can no longer depend on George Dobbs' deep ball. Maybe that is why it's a bit out of sync. I believe they're just running out the ball. They're running out the clock, getting a first down. If they get the first down, which they definitely have, okay, so they've scored 2. No, they haven't scored. Oh my gosh!
What a recovery tackle.
Absolutely denied.
Takes George Dodd down.
He might be injured though. Yep, that's that seems like the Keele player who tackled George Dobb up high to get him down is himself injured on the sideline unless he gets up. Nope, Jack Green is fine. Absolutely. Okay, it was Jack Green. No need to worry, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Green doesn't get injured by that.
And Staffs did a great job filling the Keele defense there, because I think Daniel Gray had the ball.
Didn't get to the end zone. Now, if they want to rub it in, they go for the score, but I think that the time with the first down, they could take a knee and avoid an injury, but Staffs being Staffs and not being always the greatest of sportsmen, but you know, it is how it is. They'll most likely go for the score. You know, rubbing it in instead of just taking the win. That is their way of being. Yep, it seems like they're going to go for a QB sneak because George Dobb is under center. If they QB sneak it, they really need to pile up that middle. Yep, here comes a QB sneak, and George Dobb gets denied. Fumbles. And the fumble! No! What?
Touchdown?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. The ball is out? Wait, no, the ref has called for the other refs to discuss, because that seems... one of the refs keeps saying touchdown. This doesn't look like
unless George Dodd's knee was down before the ball came out in the end zone.
No, wait, yeah, he's asking. Either he fumbled. No, the refs are discussing it. This could be a different decision. Initially, it stands as a touchdown, but they could overrule it to a fumble because the ball did come out. We both saw it and we both reacted to it. It is standing a touchdown. All right.
So his knee must have been down before the ball came out, and that's why the touchdown stands.
Or he was over the line.
Yeah.
Which is another time where the refs have potentially cost the Keele Crusaders a chance to get back and score, because that was very close, and definitely going to hear about this later with the team, that they're definitely going to complain about these refs, because the refs haven't been great, as much as the main ref, not the white cap, but the backfield ref is one that I truly respect, and I've played with him as a ref many times. Not every time. It's hard to have very consistent. So this is an extra point. Yes, they are going for the field goal. Now, what the Keele Crusaders need to do just to rub it in is to bull rush the middle and cause a cave-in, but that kick was high and through. The way? Yep. 27-6 is the score, and that should end it, unless if there is any time on the clock, the Keele Crusaders will probably go for a deep ball and attempt to run this game. But the thing is, it's kickoff, and unfortunately, staff's being unsportsmanlike again. Save your celebrating until the end, boys. No need to be rude. I would be saying this for the Keele Crusaders if anyone asks. As much as I'm a player of the Keele Crusaders, I've still told my own teammates to not celebrate. I find that as it's a uni bowl, you can really do a lot and a very little too. So kickoff, and that should mark the end of the game on this drive. Yeah. This should be ending the game if time looks like it's running out for the Keele Crusaders, and time is running out on this game. Knuckler out of bounds, which is a I don't know what happened there. That looked like it rolled out of bounds, but I don't know what happened there.
No.
That looked like a genuine moment of confusion from Adam Mahmoud, but unsure of what happened. He could have 2 minutes 40. Did he just say 2 minutes 48? Why were 2 minutes 48 apparently. But that doesn't make much sense. That Staffs was rushing so much to get the ball down at when there was the end zone. Are they on the goal line, or they're barely on the goal line? It's a 4th and 1, so it's just 4th and short. That is a QB sneak coming from a mile away, and as you can see, pushes up, but he gets stopped. No, he's not in. He's not in, but they've got first down, but not in. Again, that QB sneak doesn't have much power to it. Mm-hmm. It just sort of gains a yard or two. It doesn't seem to have the same potency that it could have if you had a faster quarterback.
George Dodd, though, has done a great job replacing Matthias.
Absolutely. Matthias clearly upset with that injury and probably would have loved to keep playing, but it is how it is. This game is a violent one at that, and there's very little that you can do to stave off certain injuries, especially ankles. Ankles, you can tape them up, but if someone's full body weight is landed on it, not much you can do. If this Keele defense holds, that would be an amazing goal line stand. It seems to be a snap to Dubb, who then throws it backwards, but it's an underthrown pass. And number 11, Jack Was it to Jack?
Colchester.
Colchester was again the target. He seems to be, now that George Dobb has to be in that backfield, as a quarterback, and Daniel Gray is the running back. I think he definitely is this offense's #1 target, which is potentially why, again, during the season they might have been picked apart by their better Div 1 colleagues in other teams, where you pick on their best player, and clearly they haven't targeted 91 or 37, it seems. Is it 37? Yeah, 37s really in the past. So it seems to have, it's a very simple offense, but they run it rather well. And that is a high snap, which George Dobb might regret, but he's going to take it and get pushed out of bounds by Mark and number 89 of the Keele Crusaders. Number 89 of the Keele Crusaders is Faris Asali. The game is over. The final score is 27-6. I must say that Keele defense really has shown that it can hold even on 4th and 1 situations. That is really impressive for that Keele team. However, as that is still my team and is my last game with them, I think that this game has truly been a good game compared to last year's slugfest, and really, really honorable stand from the Keele defense, and also good on them for scoring.
Yeah, it was a great game. I think
Staffs, of
Keele's
course,
team
won, but that they won by 21 points, so still good.
George Banya's touchdown will obviously be a highlight as well.
Absolutely.
And they can take a lot of positives away from it.
There's a lot of positives to take from it. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for this game, this 2023 Varsity American football game between the Stafford Stallions and the Keele Crusaders.